Maples. When I visited as a boy, too young for chores, a pair of maples flared before the farmhouse. My grandfather made me a swing, dangling rope from stout branches. I hurtled between them high as I could, pumping out half the day, while my mind daydreamed the joy of no school, no camp, no blocks of other children fighting childhood's wars. With the old people, I listened to radio news of Japanese in Nanking, Madrid on fire, Hitler's brown shirts hiling. The hurricane of 1938 ripped down the biggest maple. Then I was 12 and could work the fields. When I moved back into the house in middle age, I was no farmer. I was writer and grandfather, then widower. The solitary maple took the sky, hurling its fire in the late August air. 60 years after the swing, a lofty, half-dead tree drops branches on the grass. I call tree people to tear out dead limbs for next year's sake, fearing the wind and ice storms of winter, dreading broken trees and bones and cities.
Kind of one of the things I liked about that poem when I first read it in the New Yorker a few years ago is the way that it brings together so many things. It sort of unpacks your life in small increments.
Leaves out the professor.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but it does. And, I think of the wars, the way they come in. Well, it's childhood's wars at first. And then it's the wars I grew up with. The Japanese invasion of China. I read newspapers at a very early age in Connecticut and here. And I thought maybe from 1937 or 38 until the mid-40s, what the hell would newspapers talk about if there weren't war? Every headline, or all those years, always had to do, in the war I knew best, was the Pacific and Europe, but the war was all around. And here, of course, I was listening to it. It was Gabriel Heder talking about the streets of London today are full of burning debris. He had a very, I don't imitate him well, but he had a sort of, movie tone news. It was that kind of voice, but you know.
Sure, I do. Movie tone news. I remember that, yes.
Yeah. And now...
I don't remember Gabriel Heder.
No, good, yeah. You should, you're too young a man. But the fear that comes back at the very end, I think I was surprised when it came out of my pen. I fear broken trees, okay. That's that tree right out the window. And then I fear broken bones. I'm getting old. And then cities. And I know, I fear the destruction of everything.
Right.
Don't we all?
Right. Right.
I didn't know it would come.